why is it that when we suffer abuse or mistreatment, that we tend to blame ourselves? Do you know, being in a narcissistic relationship, being sexually or verbally abused, being physically abused, or being bullied in any way by another person. Why is it that we're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? What did I do to attract this? What did I do to allow this into my life? Why wasn't I strong enough to prevent this? Why me? But also, why did I let this happen? It just comes back to the self-blame of unworthiness. It's like, why, like, you don't see this happening to everyone else, so there must be something wrong with me. There must be something I did. What makes me the target for this? What is it that's wrong with me that allowed for this abuse to happen? My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. With any kind of trauma or abuse or disrespect, we always come back to, what did I do wrong? What did I do to receive this? And a lot of the time with the abuser will turn it back onto you anyway and say, I can't believe you made me do this. I was physically abused once, and he was like, he never actually said sorry. He said, I'm sorry that you did this so that I acted in this way. Do you know? It was like, you made me hit you, not the other way around. And then there was other traumas I went through as well, and it's whatever it is, it's like, what did I do wrong? Maybe if I'd have done something differently, this wouldn't have happened. And this is fucked up. This is fucked up. And I used to watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit. And I used to sit there and I'd be screaming at the fucking television at these women that were sexually abused, and they were sitting there blaming themselves. And I was like, what is wrong with you? You did nothing fucking wrong. Why are you blaming yourself? But yet when something happened to me, my first reaction was to blame myself and continue blaming myself. And my ex blamed me as well. So then that added to it. And it was just like, oh shit, maybe it was something I did wrong. Maybe it is because I'm damaged goods. Maybe I asked for this. And then there's other times that you're like, why was I so weak? Or why wasn't my personality strong enough to ward off this person? Or how did I allow that in? It must be something that is weak within me. But that's not it. We don't attract abusers because there's something wrong with us. We actually attract abusers because there's something right with us. Because of our open heart. And that's the thing. Because of our childhood trauma, we end up with this massively open heart. We end up too trusting. And that's the problem. And it's not like not a problem. We're not doing anything wrong. But we end up being so hopeful. This is the thing. As a wounded inner child, as that trauma resurfaces, it's because we didn't get that validation or love that we needed, that nurturing that we needed when we were kids, right? So our inner child is crying out to be loved. Our inner child is seeking that external validation. And because of that, we become too trusting. And we see the good in everyone. We hope that everyone is going to love us because we just need to be loved. And this is why we attract the narcissist or the controller or the abuser, is because they can see this person is an easy target. And it's not an easy target because you're weak. It's an easy target because you're so full of love and you're so full of empathy. It's like, yeah, this person is easy. Do you know, they've got this big open heart. They're trusting. I can control this person now because I have a way in. But this isn't anything to blame yourself for. This is just because you're a compassionate person. Because you have an open heart. It's not because you're weak. It's because of your open heart and because of their abuse that you became weak. And that's nothing to blame yourself for either. It's their abuse, their words, their actions that created a childlike codependent version of you that was easy to control. And all you did was try to love and be loved. And we, like, then, like, that's just the thing. It's so easy after a relationship, a toxic relationship, or being physically or sexually abused, to actually sit there and go, oh my God, like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I ask for this? Did I wear the wrong thing? Did I say the wrong thing? You know, I must have done something wrong for him to hit me. Do you know? And it always circles back around. Always circles back around, and you're like, nah, they're not the bad person. It was me. I asked for this. I was weak. I wasn't strong enough. I'm damaged goods anyway, so that's why it happened. This blame comes in continuously. It's like, what did I do wrong? And it's the same with say bullying, or people treating you badly, or people discriminating against you. You're kind of like, why am I the only one that's being outcast? Why am I the only one that's being treated this way? Like, you know, would everyone else not be treated this way if they were just bad people? Why am I the one that they're picking on? But they're picking on you because you're actually special. And that's the thing, like, bullies only go after people they're intimidated by. Narcissists only go after people they're intimidated by. You know, and that's the thing, like, narcissists will batter you fucking down until you are weak. But they only do this because of your high vibrational energy. They know that they will never be like you. They want to be. And the only way they can be like you is to steal your life force, to steal your personality, to steal your energy. So they will shit on you until you feel so small and they feel so high. This is the same with energy vampires. Do you know what I mean? They will suck every bit of your life force. And this is when you know, when you're around certain people and you feel weak and you feel lethargic, and then they're all buzzing and you're like, how are you in such a good mood? I feel so fucking tired, man. They're after stealing every part of you. And I notice this, like, when I spend too much time with toxic people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was gone. Do you know? And then they were starting to do things that I used to do. Exciting, happy, quirky things. And I'm like, I used to say that before. I stopped saying that. I stopped being excited. Why have you got my personality now? It's because they fucking stole it. Fucking assholes. But like, sorry, but like, Jesus, you know, and then we're back to blaming ourselves again. Like, oh my God, I had a weak personality, or I wasn't strong enough to fend this person off. Like, if a person is getting a fucking syringe, literally sticking it into you and sucking every bit of life force out of you, how the fuck are you going to have strength? They're stealing away your strength. They're stealing away your energy. They're stealing everything from you in order to make you weak and controllable. Do you know, and this is a hard one to fathom, like, especially when we're being abused. It's like, why are they picking on me? What's wrong with me? And all this brings up your childhood wounds as well. That outcast feeling that you felt as a child, that feeling you felt your whole life of being different. And that's the thing, like, you know, I've been accepted, but I've been rejected so many times by friends, by family, by, like, most of my family actually rejected me from day one because I was more like my mother, and she was the witch, you know, that fucking, you know, got pregnant out of wedlock. Oh my God. Do you know, that badly influences my dad and all this kind of shit. So, you know, I've been discriminated against by my own family since I was a fucking child because I wasn't one of them. I wasn't a hypocrite. I wasn't an asshole. Sorry. But that's the thing. It's our shine that makes us a target. And that's what happens in later life as well. It's our shine that makes us a target. It's being special that makes us a target. And I know it's so hard, like, because when in later life we're discriminated against or outcast, we're reminded of how we were abandoned as a child, or how we were outcast as a child, or how we were, you know, we didn't fit in as a child. And this all resurfaces and you're like, okay, it's happening again. What's wrong with me? And it's the same with any kind of, it doesn't even have to come to abuse. It's like, if you make the decision to walk away from certain scenarios in your life, you're going to re-trigger that abandonment wound, that rejection wound, and you're kind of going to go, what's wrong with me? Why does everyone leave? Why does everyone treat me like shit? And why am I, you know, being abused again? why am I being outcast again? Why am I being disrespected again? And you kind of go, is it because I did something wrong? Is it because I'm not lovable? Is it because I'm weird? Yeah, it is because you're weird. And that's a good thing. It's because you're weird. It's because you're weird to them. These people are still in that box. They're still in that fucking matrix. They are looking at you, growing, healing, shining your light and spreading your message to this universe. And they're fucking jealous. That's what it is. They're like looking at you kind of going, why is she allowed to get out of the box? Like, they're probably not thinking that because they like the box. They're like, she needs to get back in the box. Let's put her down. Let's treat her like shit so she gets back in the box. You're not allowed outside the box. And which like this comes back to triggers again. They are triggered by your shine because they're suppressing their shine. They're triggered by your energy, your healing, your growth because they're not doing that healing, growth and transformation. And they're trying to pull you back in. They're trying to pull you back into this little box and they're trying to keep you stuck. They're trying to keep you in control. They're trying to keep you weak. And that's the reason. It's because you're so fucking cool. You're so fucking special that you're being treated like this. And I know this is hard to kind of fathom because especially when you've been treated, like that just comes to abuse and bullying. But when you've actually had physical or sexual abuse, you're kind of like, you know, it's hard not to really feel like you're dirty, you're damaged, that there's something truly wrong with you for somebody to treat you like that. But you have to understand that how people treat you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. How a person treats you is because of their own demons, their own triggers, their own traumas. You know, for people to be that evil is something fucking wrong with them and absolutely nothing wrong with you. And that's a fact. You know, and, you know, it breaks my heart, especially like when you actually come back to this. Our abuse or our trauma started as a child, right? And think of it this way. How can you blame an innocent child who can barely speak for doing something wrong? You can't. If there was a child standing in front of you right now, would you turn around to that child and say, your mother left because you're an asshole? No, you fucking wouldn't. Because that child, that's not what the child is. You know, your mother didn't leave because you were an asshole. Your mother left because of her own problems. You know, you're a 2-year-old child who can barely speak. You cannot blame yourself. So therefore, why do we blame ourselves? Because you're effectively blaming your inner child for being abandoned, for being outcast, for being discriminated against. So as an adult, when this is all resurfacing through other dynamics, you kind of, you have to look at that. You blame yourself, but like you're actually still blaming that child because this is what it's all about. It's that wounded inner child. So look at it that way. How can you blame an innocent little child for an asshole's behaviour? You know, and that's what it is. I hate, you know, I shouldn't be using the word asshole. Like, you know, everyone is, you know, has their own shit, like. But like, when a person treats you badly, when a person abuses you, it is nothing to do with you. You did nothing wrong. You didn't ask for it. You're not weak. You actually did everything right. Your heart was open. You were receptive to love. You were trusting. And you were shining your light brighter than anyone could ever shine. And they're jealous of that. And like, you know, I've seen this, like, you know, adults discriminating against children because they fucking see that child is going to be better than you ever could be because of your own past shit, like. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, it's like they see something within you that they don't have in themselves, and that makes them jealous, that makes them bitter, and that makes them resentful, and therefore they retaliate and they try to make you weak, so in order to control you and not let you shine over them. Because the only way a narcissist or abuser will shine is by shitting all over your shit, shitting all over your shine, shitting all over what you're doing, and making you feel weak and making you revert back to that childlike state. But understand, it's nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They have their own shit, and hopefully one day they will be able to heal their shit and become better people. Hopefully, because you continue to shine, they'll start to kind of go, right, I can't fucking beat her, let's join her. Do you know? Hopefully. Do you know? Hopefully, as you continue to keep your truth, you know, speak your truth, that they will fall back. And they will fall back. And that's the beauty of it. As you evolve, negative and low vibration toxic people will no longer know how to approach you because you intimidate them too much. Do you know, because when we're at the start of our shine, as we call it, we're still going through our own healing. So there is that little bit of, the shields are down a little bit. So there is that chance of us getting, I suppose, upset or affected by what other people do. But if we continue to fight through that, fight through and keep shining, they can't approach us anymore, so they cannot penetrate our shields. And therefore, we just keep shining brighter and brighter. And then they may one day go, you know, fuck, I can't fucking make her weak anymore. Maybe I'll make myself stronger. Maybe we'll be able to still plant seeds of hope in their eyes. Do you know, so keep being you and understand that none of this was your fault. You didn't ask to be abused. You didn't ask to be controlled. You didn't ask to be fucking treated like shit. You're not weak, or you don't have, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak because of this. You're not a weak person. You don't, like, you know, saying that you didn't have a strong enough personality. They made you into this tiny childlike version because of their abuse. Do you know, that doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you went through an episode that your shields were down and they penetrated the shields. Whereas overcoming all of this, understanding that you're still, you know, you're still on this path of growth, understanding that you actually are probably too special. That's why they're intimidated by you. This will help you understand. This will help you to build back up your shields and not be penetrated by that kind of toxic energy again. But it was never, ever your fault. It was just because you were living with such an open heart. Your inner child was so wounded that you were crying out to be loved, and you ended up attracting it in the wrong places because of your own lack of self-worth. But as you build your walls up, as you build your self-worth up, you'll no longer attract that kind of vibrational energy into your life. This is all part of your growth as well. But understand it's not your fault. It was never your fault, and it never is your fault. Understand that if you're being abused, bullied, disrespected, it's because of their shit, but it's also because you're shining brightly, and it's because they're jealous and intimidated by you. So you're actually probably doing things too right. And I know that sounds weird, you know, but it's not, like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not your fault. It wasn't your fault as a child to be treated the way you were treated. It wasn't your fault as an adult to be treated the way you were treated. And it's still not your fault if other people feel that they can treat you with disrespect. That's a reflection of them and their shit. And I feel sorry for that. Because if in this day and age, people who still go around being shitty to other people, what the fuck, like? Show some love and compassion. Heal your shit so you're not a fucking asshole. Sorry. But seriously, heal your fucking shit. We can all become better people. We can all choose to be better people. And you choosing to disrespect another person is definitely a reflection of your shit and not the person that you're actually bullying or disrespecting or abusing. Do you know, we have to, this is the importance of inner healing. Be good to other people because this is what comes back to you. And don't be afraid to shine brightly. And shine brighter because you are the most special, vibrant person in this world. And what these people have done to you is not because of anything you've done wrong. It's not because you're unworthy. It's not because you're unlovable. It's because you are a fucking goddess and they're jealous of your shine. And they've been jealous of your shine from the moment you were born because you've been fucking glowing and radiating that unconditional loving energy. You are not weak because you were abused. They made you weak. You're a strong person because of what's happened to you, but you've always been a strong person. They just got you at a bad moment and penetrated the shields. Now your shields are up, they're stronger than ever, they can't get you anymore. So nurture that inner child, bring that self-love back into yourself and understand none of it was your fault. It was never, ever your fault. It is never the victim's fault. It is a reflection of those people and their own traumas. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.